Hey love, Zayda here. So today I want to make a video about confidence, and the reason I want to make this video is because I think we all want to be confident and we all want to be around confident people, but I also do think there's this misconception that people are either born confident or insecure, and I don't think that's true. I think we all are born with things that we are confident about and things that we are insecure about. With that being said, I think there are certain things that we can think about, things that we can do to help us be more confident people. And in return, when you are more confident, you're obviously going to attract more of the right people into your life, the right circumstances, opportunities, etc. It will make you a happier person because you're closer to living the life that you were born to live, because you actually have the confidence to grab it and live it and do it. So with that being said, I want to share with you my 7 keys to confidence. These are things that I either think about or try to do, if not daily, weekly, and hopefully they'll help you. So the first key to confidence that I have is something so simple, and although it's so simple, it seems like people sometimes don't want to do it, myself included, and that's to treat my body with respect. And what I mean by that is to treat it in a way where it will thrive. And that's going to mean different things for different people, right? But at the end of the day, I think we all have fundamental things, which include eating right, exercising, getting rest. And I think it's important to do these things because it just creates this body and mind connection that money cannot buy. You cannot buy the confidence or the satisfaction that comes from treating your body right. And when I do these things, I obviously feel more confident, I feel more positive, I feel more happy, I feel more energetic, my mind is more sharp. There's just so many great things that come from treating my body with respect, and I think people try to make it seem like it's a lot more complicated than it is. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a confident person, start off with treating your body right with the foods and exercise that you give it, as well as rest, and you'll see a world of a difference in the daily interactions, not only with others but with yourself. Okay, so the next key to confidence that I have is to understand that you are one of a kind with one of a kind purpose. And the reason I really want to talk about this is because I think nowadays it's so easy to get caught up with competition and comparison. I mean, with a click of a button, you can see what so many people are doing, what they're up to, and it's really easy to get caught up trying to figure out, like, why doesn't my journey look like that? Why am I not like that? Why don't I have this? Why don't I look like that? Why am I not here? Why am I not doing that? It's so exhausting and it's such a waste of time. I think if people were just to be more centered and focus on what they have, who they are, and what they are meant to do, this world would be a better place. People would naturally be more confident because you would be able to admire those around you without questioning your own journey and your own person. I think we all have struggles, we all have advantages, but it's up to us on how we're going to marry those things to get to our ultimate purpose in life. And obviously that means so many different things to different people, but again, that's why you cannot waste your time looking at what so and so and so and so is doing, and just own what makes you unique, own what makes your journey special and makes you who you are. I promise if you do that, you'll be a more confident person. Okay, so the next key to confidence that I have is something that I don't think a lot of people will ever learn to do. I've seen people that are much older, you know, you would think that they would be able to do this, but for some reason it's really difficult. And that is to never be afraid to stand alone. So don't be afraid to be alone, whether that's in relationships with somebody romantic or with friends or with family, whether that's with your opinions, whether that's with your morals, whether that's with the things that you want to do. So for example, some people will put up with crappy relationships. They might have a really mean boyfriend or a friend that treats them like crap, but they're too afraid to be alone, so they deal with it. Some other people are afraid to voice their opinion. They might be at a work function and everyone's hyping up this idea, and for some reason you and your gut feel like it's not going to be successful. You feel like you have something else that could provide more value, but you're too afraid to voice it because you don't want to be the only one. And in return, you might lose an opportunity, you might lose something great because you didn't want to say it. Another way that people are afraid to stand alone, like I said, is morals. You might be with a group of friends and everyone's doing something, and that's just not what makes you feel good. It's not what makes you happy. You have to be strong enough and confident enough to say, like, hey, I'm gonna pass on this one. Or even with things like going out to eat, there are people that really want to go somewhere, but they won't go because they don't want to go alone. And I think confident people are okay with being in groups, but are also okay with being by themselves. And I think when you're okay to be alone, you make room for the right people. When you're okay with saying, like, hey, this is not for me, you just make more room for the right things. So don't be afraid to stand alone. I know that's really hard, but I think the most confident people and successful people are okay with being unique and living their truth. Okay, so the next one is a little bit more lightweight, and this is something that I struggled with, and one day it just clicked to me like, why do I do this? It's not good. And that's to give and receive compliments with grace. So what I mean by this is what I used to do. Let's say, for example, I go to work and somebody says like, hey Zayda, you look nice today, I like your dress. And I say, really? I look gross. Like, I don't even like this dress, I just wore it because it's like the only thing that was clean, but I guess. So that's one way to take the compliment, right? But then the other way to take the compliment is just to say, thank you. What do you think makes you look more confident? Giving a long spiel on why you don't like something about yourself, or just saying thank you? I think just saying thank you is something a lot of people need to work on, because you know what, at the end of the day, it's no one's business what your insecurities are. They're your business. You don't need to voice them, work on them, but you don't need to let everyone know what they are. Also, nobody wants to be around someone that's complaining about all the reasons why they don't like about themselves. Again, it's your business, not anyone else's. Just say thank you and let it go. Also, on the flip side of that is to give compliments with grace. I think we all have had that like circumstance where like someone's looking at us and we don't know what they want or what they're trying to get at, and we just feel judged. And I think a lot of those times it's someone maybe admiring something about you, but they don't have the confidence to voice it. I think the most confident people are the ones that want to uplift other people, are the ones that feel so good about themselves that they don't feel intimidated or scared or just like jealous of what other people have. So being able to just express the things you admire in other people is something that to me shows a lot of confidence and makes other people feel good. Like, why wouldn't you want to make someone's day? So this next key to confidence that I want to share with you is, again, something that I don't think a lot of people will ever do. And honestly, it's because it's frightening. And that is to acknowledge your insecurities and accept them. So acknowledging your insecurities, again, it's no one's business what your insecurities are, but acknowledging them is what's going to get you one step closer to becoming confident. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't think we all are confident about everything about ourselves, about our circumstances, all of the time. But I think a big way to be able to overcome those things is to look at them and be like, okay, for example, let's say I'm insecure about something. Like every time I'm going to present at work, I get super insecure and I just get like really in a bad mood. And then one day I decide to figure out like, why am I like this? And I look at it and like, oh, I feel this way. I feel insecure because I don't think I have the skill set to be able to do XYZ project and then present it in front of people. So what do I do from there? I figure out how to overcome this. Like, what can I do to be better at this particular skill set? Okay, I'm going to study. Okay, I'm going to practice. Okay, I'm going to ask for a mentor, etc., etc. And then moving forward, I can have that skill set and no longer be insecure about something, and in fact be confident at that meeting. But also I understand there are things about ourselves that are not as simple as this. They might be things about our personality or the way that we look that we might have to work towards, as in maybe improve them, or maybe just change them if that's what's just going to make you the most confident, or maybe just accept them, because every single person is different. And sometimes you just have to look at those things that you don't like about yourself and decide like, do I want to change this? Do I want to improve this? Or do I want to own this because that's what makes me me? And with that being said, I do think that there's beauty in having things that you're not confident about and that you need to improve on, because at the end of the day, life is a journey. And if you liked everything about yourself at the beginning, then there's not going to be any room for improvement. There's not going to be any room for you to change and become a better version of yourself. You'll just be stagnant. So again, I think acknowledging your insecurities and then deciding what you want to do with them is such a big stepping stone towards confidence. So this next one is a little bit more lightweight and something that brings a ton of confidence, and it's to make goals and pursue them. So I did hear this quote that said like, the easiest way to build confidence is to keep the promises that you make to yourself. So with that being said, make a list of your goals. They're your goals for a reason, right? A lot of the times we have goals that we know are going to make us feel really good. They're going to set our soul on fire. They are part of our purpose. They're things that make our lives better, but then we give up because it's hard and we're not consistent and we're distracted and we're lazy and we get scared. But when you are able to follow through with your goals and just be relentless and persistent with them, you're going to see that you're going to bring this sense of confidence to yourself that people cannot take away from you. So make those goals, make those promises, keep them, because at the end of the day, there's certain things that only you can do for yourself. No one's going to look out for them the way that you are. No one's going to care about them the way that you are. And if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. And before you know it, life just passes by and you didn't get to do the stuff you wanted to do. Okay, and the last one is to treat yourself as if you are already your ideal self in your ideal circumstance. For me, at least, there's been times where I say, oh, I'm not gonna do this until I have this. I'm not gonna do this until I look like this. I'm not gonna do this until I know this. And before I know it, time has gone by and I lost opportunities. I didn't do things that I could have done because I was waiting to be perfect. I was waiting to be this version of myself that sounds good, but it really isn't here. And honestly, that's just such a waste of time, such a waste of life. I think confident people accept what they have now and they run with it and they make the most out of what they have in this moment. So the point is to seize opportunities, make moves, accept yourself and love yourself. Like, you are perfect in this state right now because you're existing. And when you're able to really live that way, you'll see yourself just moving forward and getting more to the ideal you in the ideal place that you want to be, and in turn obviously will bring you a ton of confidence. Alrighty, love, so those are basically my 7 keys to confidence. I hope that you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see this kind of content more frequently. Leave me a comment letting me know what are some of the things that you do to be more confident, some of the things that, you know, you've learned. So I know that we all just want to improve, and the point of this video in this comment section is to do that, to help each other improve. So anyway, hope you have a great day. Hope you stay positive and confident, and bisous. Bye.